Vasyl, thank you so much for joining us. We just heard there Prime Minister Anthony Albanese reinforcing Australia's support for Ukraine. We're also seeing a lot of other countries in support as well. Donald Trump saying your country is in big trouble. What would you say to those comments, Vasyl?
Certainly, these are challenging times for us, dire times for us. And I'm at this moment, I'm thinking about Ukrainians who are currently in the trenches, watching all it unfold on television live. And I'm just thinking about those people out there, how they feel. I'm also thinking about Ukrainian children who will not be able to hug their fathers and mothers because they got killed by the Russians. So I'm thinking about how Ukrainians are now trying to sleep as we speak here live in Australia about everything which is happening. Certainly, the message that President Zelenskyy brought to Washington was very simple. We are very grateful to America, to American President, Congress, for all the support that's been provided. Wouldn't be able to survive this war, in this war without American commitment. And Ukrainians want peace more than any other nation in the world. And we want, the most importantly, we want to have a sustainable peace, a peace that will last. And we want justice, and that's what we want. This is our war for freedom. This is our war for independence. I love America. I've been to America many times. I was on a high school exchange program when I was just 15. I still have an American accent. I spent many, many times visiting the country, working as an intern at the U.S. Embassy in Kiev when I was just 18, and visited America many times afterwards. And for me, America is a beacon of democracy. For me, America is a country which is out there defending human rights, the country which has foreign policy based on values, a country which cares about international law and the UN Charter. This is what America is to me. And of course, we cannot survive without American support. Security in Europe depends on American commitment to Europe and to the security in Europe. And global security is actually depends on American leadership. And I think, of course, it's unfortunate that there was this, the way it played out, but I will leave it to President Zelenskyy to provide further comments. But certainly, I'm very thankful to the statement made by Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, statements coming from the leader of opposition as well. And this is because for me, my mandate is here in Australia and New Zealand, and my job is to make sure that we are there together. And this is what I'm trying to communicate here.
Vasyl, we spoke previously to our guest, Deputy Press Secretary to President Clinton, Jim Kennedy. He said that he believed that both leaders, both Trump and Zelenskyy, perhaps need to provide a bit of give and take. What would you agree? Would you agree on that?
How would you explain that give and take?
Well, I guess just in terms of providing a little bit of leeway in, his take on that. It's not mine, but give and take in return, in response to, I guess, the Fox host reporter saying that Donald Trump saying that he needed to apologise, giving a bit of leeway.
I will leave it up to President Zelenskyy to comment on it. I'm sure he will talk to to Fox News again. What I know is that all the Fox journalists were applauding on the way out when Zelenskyy left and done that interview. All the staff of the Fox News were in the studio at the time. They were applauding to President Zelenskyy as he was leaving the studio. And for me, this is very heartening. Everybody understands what's going on. Everybody understands the commitment, and also seeing the strong response from the European Union, specifically the statement from the President of the European Council, President of the European Commission, all standing together, as well as all the statements coming from London, Paris, and Berlin and other capitals at the moment. And seeing that support here in Australia and New Zealand, also New Zealand issued a statement. We're in this fight together, and American commitment to security in the Indo-Pacific, American commitment to security in Europe is essential. It's crucial. There is no substitute for that. And we all are in the same boat. We all stick together. We must stick together. This is the only way forward. This is how we can make sure that aggression is not rewarded. We need to make sure that aggression is punished. We need to make sure that UN Charter is respected, that war crimes are accounted for. We need to make sure that we are out there protecting the right thing. And most importantly, it needs to be fair. We need justice. And I think every Australian can relate to that, because we're being bullied by Putin. Ukraine has been bullied by Putin. Ukraine is being killed by Putin. We know who is an aggressor. Putin killed 38 Australians in 2014 on board of MH17. Putin has been killing Ukraine for the past 11 years. And this is what is happening. And see how our other authoritarian leaders here in the region are looking at it. We want peace more than anybody else, but we want sustainable, just, and comprehensive peace. And it's impossible without American commitment. We will not surrender. We'll keep on fighting. But we can end this war much faster with American backing, with American support, with Europeans involved, with other global leaders of democracies involved. That's the only way forward.
Vasyl Myroshnychenko, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.